Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue and I'm back for another Real Housewives of Potomac review, you guys. Okay, before we get into it, I want to remind you guys to become a member, or become a Patreon. Either way, $1 can get those videos early for you, boo. Okay? All right, so before we get into the notes, let's discuss the fact that allegedly Gizelle Bryant and Jamal Bryant are back together. They are working it out, but they are trying to keep it on the low. And I just kind of feel like, oh yeah, you went back, sis. I mean, I'm not mad. Work it out. If I ain't mad about Shaq and Shawnee, I'm not going to be mad about Gizelle and Jamal, okay? Especially because they have kids together, all right? So if they want to work it out, great for them. But I just hope that Jamal has gotten to a place in his life where he is no longer a trollop. Back to the show. Katie is missing, you guys. Katie is missing. Gizelle is going all over the beach looking for Katie, all right? She runs up on Candace and Ashley, who just finished having a very grown woman conversation and doing yoga. There was a lot of growth there, you know what I'm saying? And she shows up in panic. Katie has left her room. All of her stuff is gone. Oh my God, Katie's missing. I'm worried. Where did she go? Let's go to the front desk. Oh my God, and I'm just like, Gizelle, Katie is a grown ass woman. Katie is a mother, okay? Katie has responsibilities in her life. So if Katie wanted to get up and get on a plane and go home, my dear, it was not exactly her priority or a necessity for her to tell you. Like, y'all are cute for this show, but y'all are not really friends, Gizelle. You're not really friends with anybody, at least not on this show. You can't possibly be, okay? You can't possibly be. It's too much about you for you to be a real friend to somebody all the time. So I just doubt that you have any real deep, true friends that are on this show. I'm gonna just say that because I don't know you in real life, and people be playing their role like a mug on these reality shows. And as I've said before, Gizelle is the villain. Karen comes down. She's not surprised because she saw the pain in Katie's eyes when Ashley made those horrid comments to her. It was inhumane. It was inhumane. Gizelle wants to go look for Katie and she wants Karen to come with her, and Karen says, I'm gonna go get my tea first. Gizelle says, okay, fine, Karen, don't look for Katie. Oh my gosh, she's so self-absorbed. I'm like, that's because she knows that production knows where Katie has gone. Karen already knows what's going on, and everybody else knows. Gizelle is the one that wants to put on a show and act like this shit is so, oh my God, Katie, where did she go? She could be dead somewhere. Like, stop it. Stop it. Please stop. Robin comes down and they call Jacob. He says that he hasn't talked to Katie since midnight, and she was saying that she wasn't feeling very well. So Gizelle and Robin go to the desk to see if they can file a missing persons report, y'all. But then somebody at the desk says that your security knows where she is. So they go and talk to production and they say they know where Katie is, and they have this look on their faces like, bitch, are you really sitting up here acting like you didn't know that we knew where she was? I couldn't take that man's face when he was answering these questions. But basically, Katie didn't went to the airport, okay? She's going home. Now Gizelle is pissed off because she feels like Katie should have told them that she was going home. And it's just like, oh my God. Like, oh my, why do you always feel so entitled? Like, please stop. Like, yes, it would have been cool for her to say bye, but it's not that deep. We're in Aruba. Bye, bitch. Like, where's the beach? Give me a drink. So now that that's all been rectified, they can go and enjoy themselves. So they are supposed to be going horseback riding, but Ashley doesn't agree in using animals for leisure time. I said, it's not like, you know, like these horses are being mistreated or anything. Those horses look healthy. Like, there aren't a lot of wild horses out there, Ashley. Like, at least not here. Like, I just feel like she's doing the most. Like, I just feel like she's doing the most, all right? And Candace makes the point that, well, what about all the octopus that y'all kill at your Australian restaurant, bitch? Like, oh, well, people can kill things to eat if they want to. You know, it's just like, Ashley, just give me a fucking break, bitch. Like, oh my God. But whatever, babe. Like, whatever you want to do. So Gizelle is too scared to ride the horses in the water. She got on the horse, but she didn't like the way it felt, so she got off. Y'all, when we went to Jamaica and did this exact same thing, there is like a walking down hills type situation. So if you don't know how to reposition your body to be, you know, closer to the horse. Like, I would just bend down and be a little bit closer to the horse so I wouldn't feel like I would be knocked back if we started to get up. But, you know, it is scary. But I had a good time riding the horses in Jamaica. And we also rode the horses in the water. The only problem with that was that fucking water kept splashing in my face, and it was salt water. And then, you know, you get it in your face, you get it in your eye. You don't want to touch your eye because then you're going to burn your eye with the salt that's on your hands because your hands in the water too. It's just... that's what I didn't like about it. But next time a bitch will bring a towel, like for sure, make sure I got something that'll keep my eyes clear so I can see everything. Y'all, let me be prepared next time I go. All right. But I really enjoyed when we did that. So I feel like if they didn't do it, then they missed out. Karen did it a little while, but then eventually got too scared and she got off too. And then they went and got in the water, her, Ashley, and Giselle. But Robin and Candace rode it out to the end, of course, because they are the adventurous ones. If Monique was there, she would have done it too. Speaking of Monique, she and her family are fishing at their beautiful home on the lake. And it's cold and their kids are bored because they haven't caught a fish yet. And, you know, they're just annoying their parents, for God's sakes. But that's all that's going on over there with Monique. Candace and Giselle go on a submarine excursion. And Karen, Robin, and Ashley go to a cave, Crystal Cave, which has bats in it. Okay? Or as Karen would say, batches. Candace and Giselle talk about Ashley and Candace, you know, kind of moving forward. And she says that she's trying to accept who Ashley shows her at face value, but she will, you know, kind of still be thinking about this situation with Michael. I think a lot of them are still thinking about this situation with Michael, but they just choose not to keep bringing it up. Giselle says that let Ashley deal with her husband and you just let that go. And she says she's going to try. Okay, like, girl, do more than try. Do. Okay, succeed. Robin asked Karen about where she sees LaDom in 10 years. Oh my God, like, I want to see it in chain stores. That's where I want to see it. And Robin is like, so do you want to roll a ball, or are you going to eventually get the perfume? And she's like, well, yes, I already have a perfume, Robin. I already have one. And I'm just kind of looking at Robin like, bitch, what are you talking about, bitch? What are you saying? Like, you're doing the Giselle thing where you're digging for information. So Robin says now she's expecting the party to be full out because Karen wants to prove a point. I'm like, you mean like you trying to prove a point to Wine with that house? Get out of my facial, Robin. So they all meet up for dinner, and Candace FaceTimes with Monique, and she asks, oh my God, where's Katie? And then Candace explains that Katie and Ashley got into it, and that kind of ran her away. And the look on Ashley's face was so pained. It was hilarious, okay? Ashley says she's a grown woman, babe. I can't make her do anything, because Monique was like, oh, y'all didn't ran that woman off. And Giselle was like, I didn't run anyone off. And yeah, she's a grown woman, babe. She's a grown woman. I'm like, shut up, Ashley. You know you ran that damn girl off that island. And if she hadn't expressed how sad she really was, then you would have felt triumphant in your redation of Katie. Ashley feels like Katie provoked the reaction from her, but in all honesty, Ashley, you were making all the little slick comments under your breath, and Katie was replying to those comments, okay? But Ashley had a point. Katie is a messy-ass mean girl that will talk mad crap about you behind your back, but when they're in your face, they're acting like y'all are cool, like y'all are friends. And I do agree that she had a lot to say behind her back that she didn't have to say to her face. Calling Ashley dumb and stupid and all of that. Like, Ashley is not dumb and stupid, okay? Let's just be honest. Ashley is annoying, pestering, mean girl who's a little bit insecure because of her hard upbringing, and she doesn't know how to handle all of her emotions without coming off like a raving bitch. Giselle wishes Karen would have called Katie out when she saw her in her coat and shoes in the doorway that night. And I'm like, call her out about what? What was she supposed to say? Where you going? Like, she's not her mother. And even at this point, your mama can't even ask you where you're going like that. Like, what's wrong with Giselle? What is wrong with Giselle? Karen says, well, if she had opened up to me, then I would have asked her what was going on with her. Giselle says that she feels Katie has been reckless to the group. And Ashley says that she didn't handle the situation with Katie right. Katie was baiting her and she took the bait. Karen says that Katie is an incredibly brilliant, intelligent woman. Okay, just brilliant. And she may not be able to handle this right now, and that is okay. K. Ashley says, you know, obviously they needed to talk about Katie, but this is killing the vibe. Where's the fire? Where's the fireball? Where's the shots? Okay, so they get the shots. Karen does the shots. Throughout this entire episode, Giselle and Ashley are making comments about, oh, this is my old friend Karen. Oh, this is new Karen. Oh, this ain't the old Karen. Karen has been the same this entire season. Once those shots kicked in, Karen is telling everybody about how Ray slobbed her down when they had their little themed party that one time. And we didn't want to see that. We didn't need to see that. And Giselle looked like a fucking clown in the confessional, but I digress. And then she's like, you don't know how to control your man's kiss? And Robin is like, you the one that's 55 years old. Show us how to control your man's kiss. We know how to control our man's kiss. We trying to tell you. And she was like, oh, you don't know how to control your man's kiss. Let me tell you. I was like, wait a minute, what? Y'all, I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready for that. So everybody is enjoying themselves. Everybody is loving Candid Karen, okay? And Giselle is like, I am not trying to learn how to do that, okay? And she was like, well, maybe if you did, you'd keep a man for longer. And I've been married for 22 years, okay? And it's like, yes, you have, Karen. Yes, you have. Obviously, you're doing something right. Giselle says she doesn't have a problem in that area. I said, okay. So after that, they, you know, ride back to the hotel. They're walking into the hotel. Ashley and Karen are talking to one another, having a moment. And Ashley is like, you know, oh, I had so much fun with you tonight. You know, you haven't been like that with us lately. And she says, you know, Ashley, I'm going to have to tell you the truth, Ashley. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be real with you, Ashley, okay? I just don't want to fake it with you, Ashley, okay? I'm still not over the Michael situation. I feel like he needs to be cleared, vindicated. And dismissal is not vindication, Ashley. And then Ashley gets loud in the lobby of this hotel. Karen, like, what do you want him to do? This is the situation. Do you not understand? This is court proceedings. And I'm like, I thought the case was closed, bitch. I thought it was dismissed. So why you can't talk about it if it was dismissed? Karen says there's been a lot of hurt that she's been holding on to. Karen says, look, I'm not here to lynch you, Ashley, okay? I'm not here to lynch your husband. Robin says, look, the people that already complained about y'all being loud in this lobby. Let's go upstairs. So they go upstairs, and Ashley is actually rather loud, okay? Every time I take 3 steps forward with this lady, I take 2 steps back or something like that, okay? Like, something like that. 3 steps back, 2 steps forward, y'all, I don't know, all right? All we know is they was having a good time, and 2 seconds later, the shit went downhill. When they get upstairs, Karen says that I need vindication for Michael because of what I went through, okay? And I'm gonna cut the voice off right now because serious subject. Y'all know Karen in college was assaulted. So she has gone through this and she's very sensitive to this. All right. And I feel like she's being a little bit too sensitive because yes, Michael, you know, is grabbing butts and that is rather close. But it's also not the same thing as like, you know, pulling somebody off the street and forcibly, you know. I don't want to say it in the video, but y'all know what I'm saying, okay? I feel like that there are levels, and that's like here and, you know, by right here, and like up here, okay, that's like right here, that's like right here. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not going to tell Karen how to feel because that has not happened to me. So if that's how Karen feels, that is fine with me. I actually agreed with Karen that she needed to get that off her chest. Ashley has, you know, just kind of skidded over this whole situation. You know, it's nothing, babe, and we can't talk about it. And I'm, you know, defending my husband, but it's obvious that something happened. Karen says, I'm not aiming at you, Ashley. Ashley says that she's sideways and that's why she doesn't have any real friends. She's screaming at Karen. And Karen says, I am not Katie, Ashley. Back up, back up. Katie may be sad, but you are broken. Ashley says she's happy. She's doing great. And Karen says, it's not about you, Ashley. I'm trying to tell you. It is not about you. I don't blame you for what Michael did. And Giselle is like, we know that. And she's like, you be quiet because this has nothing to do with you. And I'm like, yes, please shut up because you always like jumping in the gang up on Karen. Bitch, mind your business, okay? She says that when Michael did the Fox 5 interview, something about that interview made her feel some type of way. He said that there was contact. So contact without consent is questionable. Ashley's eyes are starting to bug out of her head. And then Candy says, look, okay, we were talking and Michael said that there was contact. And then the cameraman said, don't do that, don't do that. So even Michael said the cameraman said that. So why would he say that if all Michael did was bump him? Karen says his innocence is questionable, Ashley. And then Ashley says, how dare you say that shit to me? And it's like, Ashley, what do you mean, how dare she? Like, you're getting what you've given, bitch. Stop it, okay? So they push Karen out the door, and Karen is like, I'll leave, but I ain't backing down off this subject, okay? Candace calms Ashley down and tells her to let it go. I'm like, for once, it's not Candace, and I appreciate that. So the next morning, Giselle goes to Karen's room, and Karen explains from her point of view what happened. Ashley and I were having a moment. I decided I had to be honest with her. I couldn't be fake. I had to tell her how I felt. And I told her how I felt about the Michael situation. She blew up. Giselle says, well, she and Robin have talked to Ashley about the Michael situation and she hasn't blown up on them, so maybe it was Karen's delivery. I said it was not Karen's delivery. The fact is, it doesn't matter what happened with you and Robin because y'all are the clique, okay? Y'all are the clique. So, and she wants to get along with y'all. She wants to be friends with y'all. She wants to be up y'all ass, okay? So, of course, she is going to be nicer about it when she's talking to Giselle and Robin, even though they've been messier than everybody else about Michael shit. Giselle says that Karen came at Ashley like nanny boo boo. And Karen says, absolutely not. That's not even who I am, Giselle. And Giselle says, well, aren't you the mama bear? Shouldn't you just apologize for the way you came at Ashley? There's a way to say some things. And obviously, Michael, is questionable. But it's the way you said it. So are you going to, go to Ashley and initiate? And she was like, yeah, she'll go to Ashley and she'll initiate. Okay? So Karen and Ashley meet up on the beach. And Karen says exactly the same thing she said the night before in the exact same tone, okay? I felt like there was not really much difference. Ashley was the one who had to calm down, okay? Karen says that the thing about it is, even though she wasn't trying to come for Ashley, out of the thousands of assaults, only 6 of them are prosecuted. Okay? And that's what she was thinking about when Michael went up there on the news to give his side of the story. It felt like somebody using their influence to put their version of the story out there instead of people listening to the victim. I think that's what Karen meant when she was saying that. And Ashley says, so you're assuming that my husband is guilty even though he was cleared in the court of law. So he's not cleared in the court of Karen? Is that what you're saying? And Karen says, look, I didn't even want him to do that interview. I felt like he shouldn't have done that interview because there was no respect, or there was, Ashley was just sitting there, but there was no reverence for the fact that you have embarrassed and hurt your wife by doing this. And she says that Michael did apologize to her behind closed doors, but Karen wouldn't know that because Karen has not called her and checked up on her. But when Karen's parents died and Ashley was out of the country living her best life, she sent a text over to see how Karen was doing. And I feel like, bitch, a text is really bare minimum. And Karen felt like after she was going through all of that with her parents and the way you had dragged her and Ray for the money issues, bitch, I wouldn't even be answering your text messages, let alone sending you any. But either way, they work their way to an apology because Ashley feels like she's apologized. And Karen says, I'm apologizing to you right now, Ashley, okay? I apologize for my delivery. But I meant what I said. I had to be honest with you. And Ashley feels as if they needed to have that conversation. And she's about to bring a child into this world. So she don't have time to be, holding negative energy. She apologized. That's good enough for her. Okay, so when they are getting ready for the last excursion, which is a sunset cruise, they toast to the growth and growing closer. And then Robin jumps into the ocean and they have a beautiful, little sunset cruise. I really enjoyed watching that. That just looks so pretty. And then Ashley gets into how she might possibly be pregnant. Her breasts were feeling sore. She thought her period might come down and it didn't. So 20 hours later, after she done got back home, she takes a pregnancy test. And then the episode goes off before we are able to see. But we already know that Ashley is pregnant. So we know that this pregnancy test is going to be positive. And regardless of how I may feel about Ashley in this part of her story, I am so there with her. Because I can't wait to experience that moment myself. So I can't wait to watch her and live vicariously through her. But anyway, y'all, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope y'all enjoyed. Mwah! Happy Labor Day. I'll see y'all in the next one.